it's my first
And you
time.
are ready. I love it. What's your name, honey?
It's Angela.
So where you calling us from?
Connecticut.
I'm from Connecticut. What part of Connecticut?
I'm in New Haven, Connecticut.
You don't live there. Or are you from there?
No, I'm not from
Okay.
here. I'm from Chicago.
All right. So where do you live?
Well, I live in New Haven, Connecticut right now.
Okay.
I came here for work.
Okay. So you live. I grew up about 20 minutes from New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay.
In a city called Waterbury.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Girl, Waterbury is off the chain.
Little hood now, it's little hood. Everybody be wondering why I'm hood. I'm like, see, they call it the dirty water. It's little hood. And then and I've lived in Philly. I live in Chicago.
Okay.
So I got enough hood in me. All right,
Okay,
Angela,
all right.
back to you.
Okay.
How old are you, Angela?
I'm 43.
43. What's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Libra. You have any kids?
No kids. I wasn't able to have children.
Oh, how do you know? You just tried?
Huh?
You tried?
Yeah, I tried and multiple doctor visits and so forth. So I'm not able to have kids.
All right. Are you okay with that? You found peace with that?
Oh yeah, I have enough nieces and nephews that keep me busy.
Got you. Okay. Angela, Connecticut, what do you do for a living?
I work for the sector of the government.
The sector.
We'll just leave it at that. I work for the government.
You work
because we have to go through so many social media clauses and signing this and signing that and all that. So I really don't like to say. So I work for the government.
Fair enough. Angela lives in New Haven, Connecticut, 43, a Libra, no kids, works for the government. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Oh gosh. So first and foremost, I'm looking for what I want to say is a Renaissance man, right? I need to be able to hold a conversation with the man that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I'm looking for a serious commitment in a relationship. So I need to be able to hold a conversation with him. So I'm looking for that educated Renaissance man. I'm looking for a entrepreneurial man, one that's enterprising. To me, that type of man is like never broke because he's going to have the spirit to get up and make things happen. So that's what kind of man I'm looking for. I've watched a few of your shows, and so there's a lot of women that come on here that are like, oh, I want them to, have this, and like all of these things and these. I'm just going to put it out there, unrealistic lists of what they want. Like so unrealistic. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But those are the things, those are the deal breakers.
What do you think? So name some of the unrealistic requests you heard from other women.
Girl, like I've seen women that say they want a man to make $200,000, $250,000. Like really their income, for me, I think is a little unrealistic. Why do I say that? Because I make $45.67 an hour, right? Okay, so I'm blessed. So
what is that a year? I don't know.
Huh?
What is that a year?
So I make $95,000 a year. Okay. And so when I began to make the kind of money, and I make a little bit more than that because I got some more irons in the fire, right? And so when I began to make that kind of money, I learned, number one, I had to pay myself first. So I'm talking about maximizing my 401k and all those things that come out before my deductions, right? So then after that, you've got your federal taxes, state taxes, local taxes, insurance. So you see, I've got more debits than when I got credits. And so we keep on deducting and keep on deducting. And I think to myself, there's an unrealistic expectation on men to make all of this money. And I'm like, I live comfortably, me as one person, on $95,000, right? Because even at the end of it all, I've got my auntie responsibilities for my nieces and nephews, right? And not only my auntie responsibilities, I want my family, if something ever happens to me, I don't want them to have to put up a GoFundMe page, so I got insurance and all those things. So I think it's unrealistic by the time you get done making all those deductions, that kind of pressure that we're putting on our men. Because again, I make 95 and I live comfortably on what I make for myself. No kids.
Okay. So let me just go there with you with this question. Does the guy have to make a certain amount of money to be with you?
I would like for him to be able to match my income. I would like to say that.
So you want a man,
because I know
you want kind of the same thing then. You want a man that makes 95 is really 100K.
Yeah.
So yeah, you say it's unrealistic for them, but not for you.
Well, I don't want it to be a double standard. I just know how it is. Because again, I know what I make and what I bring home. And I know by the time I have all of those deductions that are deducted from my paycheck, my net, in reality, what I get to live off of, right? And I think sometimes people think, oh, I make $100,000. I'm going to have Birkin, Gucci, Fendi, you know, jet setting, luxury vacation type of lifestyle. And that's not what it is. I'm comfortable with being able to pay my Progressive car insurance, to pay the car note. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm living comfortably. So
no, I get that, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding what, because you brought this up. So we're engaging in this dialogue because you said that my guests in the past had unrealistic expectations. And so what woman, you feel like if a woman makes 100K, it's okay for her to request 100K? Because I have those, usually the women that make, well, not always, because there have been women that requested it and don't make it. But the women that make it and request it, you don't think it's unrealistic for them?
I hate to say this, but no, because you have a true understanding of what it is to live off of 100,000 or 95,000.
I think where the disconnect is what men have said, that make money in that pool range, they don't always go for a woman that makes the same. Some men do care, and then some men are like, well, I don't care because I'm going to provide for her. I want her to fit into my life. So women who make 100K or more definitely want a man like you that matches them or makes more because they want the guy to make more. The disconnect sometimes comes that the guy that you may want, his main focus may not be your income. It may be something else. First. So, but either way. Okay, so we got there early. I thought you was going to say money didn't matter the way you was going to end, but money does matter. 95K. Does he have to look a certain way?
No, he doesn't really have to look a certain way. You know, again, I'm 43, so been there, done that with the super fine, you know, brown skin, chocolate skin. I do prefer tall, though, because I'm not a short girl. I'm 5'8", so I would.
Girl, you got the same request all these women have now, 95K.
So
he
I'm
has
no
to
different,
be tall.
right? I mean, so I'm no different? Is that what you're saying, Kendra?
I'm not saying you're no different, but you came up here and said, I watch your show often. These women have unrealistic expectations. So I was thinking that you wasn't going to have the same request, and you have literally the same request.
Okay. So I'm going to eat my words then. I'm going to eat my words.
Well, no, I mean, no, because you are saying for you, your request isn't unrealistic.
I don't think so. Not for me.
Okay.
I mean, look, because I'm 5'8", so by the time I put a pair of heels on, my goodness, you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Yeah.
Can the guy have kids?
Sure, he can have children. He can have children.
Does he have to be in New Haven, Connecticut?
No, he doesn't have to be. I've traveled extensively for work. I've lived in St. Louis. I've lived in Chicago. Years ago, I used to work for a radio station in St. Louis, but I've lived all over. So he doesn't have to stay here in Connecticut.
Everyone is saying they love how articulate you are.
Oh, well, thank you.
They love that.
Yeah, I used to. Years ago, I used to work in radio. I used to work at Q95 in St. Louis.
Okay.
Yeah, we were Q95.5. We were a hip hop and R&B station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Angela, back to you real quick. Does the guy got to be in New Haven?
Okay. Huh?
Does he have to be in New Haven?
No, he doesn't have to be in New Haven.
Okay. What's the age range you would date?
So you know what I'm really into these days? Like I'm really into that silver fox. I love a well-dressed, dapper man. So I would like someone 45 and older. Yeah,
45 and older.
I'm at that age range now where, you know, I'm at the gas station and I get, hey, Miss Lady, can I talk to you? I'm like, sweetheart, I'm old enough to be your auntie. No, you can't talk to me. I'm auntie age. And so, no.
Okay. So 45 and older. Angela, real quick, the guy that you requested, 95K tall, do you normally date that man?
Yes.
So what's happening with the men you're dating that fit those requirements?
Well, you know, like I said earlier, I've traveled extensively for work. And so it just never allowed me the opportunity to settle down and just meet someone. because when I take my assignments, I'm there for a year. I might be there for like 2 years, for 3 years, and I've moved a lot of different places. I think right now I'm going to be stationed in New Haven for quite some time. So, you know, I feel like that now is the time for me to really get myself out there, and see what it has to offer.
You know what? It's funny, and my spirit is telling me to share this. So, like, y'all know, because I host a single show for 3 years, people are always asking me. I always tell you, I'm not a life coach. I'm not a therapist. I don't proclaim to be a relationship coach. None of that stuff I put on me. I'm a journalist that hosts a single show. It's coming out with her own single app. But when you talk to single people for 3 years, you do naturally collect data. And I think one of the things that the career woman may be having when it comes to a man is you really don't focus on having a man. You do so much focus on your career, and just like you focus on your career to get to a certain point, at some point in time you have to give that same energy to having a man. So, like, one thing you said is you travel a lot for your job. So you and I've done this, you chose career over love, it seems.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, if you want love, you may have to choose love over your career.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I feel like now is the best time for me, because 10 years ago, I wouldn't have put the best me forward. So now is the time that I'm putting the best me forward. I'm ready. And so I totally agree with what it is that you're saying, because I've been so dedicated to work, right? And trying to, quote unquote, climb the corporate ladder and make myself seen. And it's been difficult being an African-American woman in order to make those things happen. But now I'm at a point in my life where I do want to focus on me and my happiness and, you know, what the future has to bring. Hell, I ain't getting no younger. So I gotta make it happen.
All right. Let's do the Kendra Cam, Angela.
Oh, gosh. Okay, let me come back some. Can you see?
Let's see this body, girl. You got to bring the camera down.
Okay, let me bring the let me come up some, and then let me bring the camera down. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to give you all my boobies there, Kendra. Can you see?
Oh, you got that booty, girl.
Girl,
you got that booty, girl.
That's my Cooper pride. Yes.
You look good. Okay. All right, Angela, when was your last relationship?
Oh gosh, my last relationship. Ooh, I would say it's been 3 years ago since I lived in the state of Georgia.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Ugh. About a month ago.
Okay. Is that guy an option?
No.
No. All right. Why do you think you're single?
I think I'm single, number one, because of work. You know, I put a lot of time into work, but I'm ready to make things happen for myself now. So that would be the one reason why I can honestly say I'm single. And again, I just wasn't focused and I wasn't ready back in the day, but I'm more focused and ready than what I am, you know, now.
And let's do it. Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Oh, gosh. Well, I am spontaneous. I do like to just get up and do things on the fly. I do really, really love to travel. I mean, so it is a requirement for a man to have a passport because I like to be able to be adventurous, you know, to really take one good vacation once a year. But I'm talking about we get on a plane, like we plan it out and we actually go and we do things. I'm ready to be the best stepmom that I can be. Like I said, again, I can't have children. So I know that I'm at a point in my life where, you know, I probably am going to meet a man that is going to have children. So I need for him to know that I'm ready to be the best stepmom that I can be. I already have that practice, like I said, with my nieces and nephews. And I mean, I possess a lot of other great qualities. So.
All right, let's do it. We think you dope, Angela. Angela in Connecticut, New Haven. 43 Libra, no kids. She works for the government. She'll date 45 and older. She requests a man that makes $95K. And I have a feeling when I make you a highlight, Kendra Cousins might talk about how you was getting on the other women. So just prepare yourself. If you see the dialogue, I know Kendra Cousins, child.
I got you. So you know what? If I offend anyone, I apologize in advance because I don't want to offend anyone. But, you know, I think sometimes that we have to be, again, very realistic because that puts a lot of pressure on a man. Because you say, oh, you want him to make, you know, this astronomical. That's a lot of money. Like when you say, oh, you want him to make $250,000.
Let me say this. I don't really share how much I make for reasons. But because I've been blessed, you know, it has changed my thought process on marriage. And it made me kind of think of it from a guy's perspective. And I was thinking, like, you know, I don't mind companionship, but I like the Oprah plan, because the Oprah plan, and at least Oprah has known Stedman for years, and he was around as she grew in her money. But when you make a certain amount of money, you think about aligning your assets, because marriage is really a business relationship, right?
It's a transaction.
If a person has a certain amount of money, when they get married, this person now, God forbid something happens, has access to your money. So it makes you cautious. Like, I don't know this person if I just met you now at an age of, I don't know, 45 years old, and I'm supposed to just marry you and put myself, I built all this up, and now I'm supposed to meet you at 45 and marry you. I think that's why some men, because a lot of women want these men that make a lot of money, why they're cautious. And I can understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That makes sense.
But I think, you know, this is a deeper conversation. We got to go. We think you're dope. Give them your IG.
Okay, so it's Libraism _stuff.
Libraism _stuff.
Yes.
All right, baby girl. Libraism, LIBRAISM _stuff, STUFF.
Yes.
All right, Angela Boo.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Baby. Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Like literally, you know, when Mary J. Blige got divorced and her husband cheated, she still had to give him money. Adele had to give her husband money. Kelly Clarkson had to give her husband money. Child, let me tell you something about Kendra G. I'm going to be in jail before I get somebody money. You going to hear about a murder before I get somebody money. I'm going to go to jail. Worked my whole life, my ass off, build my own shit brick by brick, and I'm gonna marry somebody, and he gonna think he gonna walk to the grave before he walk away with my shit, and I'm just be in jail, and that's gonna be a story. I'm like, Your Honor, we don't need a trial. I did it. I killed him because he wanted half of my shit, Your Honor. We don't need no trial. Just lock me up, take me. I just asked if I could keep my wigs. Just let me keep my wigs while I'm in jail, Lord, because I'm guilty. Oh yes, it's on video. You don't need no fingerprints. I videotaped the murder because, Your Honor, he thought he was going to get half of my shit that I built. So he's dead. Sorry, guys. Just lock me up. How many years again? How many years? How many? I'll be next to Tory Lanez? Okay. Well, that's just what it is. That's what it came down to. That's what it will come down to before you walk away with half of my money. Child. So I'm a female saying this. So I thought about that. Like, if I was a male, I would be cautious. Like, bitch, I don't know you. I'm going to risk my whole empire and be your husband. And I know you only with me because I got this money, because you're making it clear you only want to be with a man who got the kind of money that I have. And I'm going to put myself at risk? Nah. So I was just thinking, that's just me sharing out loud. Don't say this tip, y'all. I might have to delete. This might be self-incriminating.